Well, I officially did it. My resolution and goal in 2023 was to attempt 12 30-day passive income challenges. Mission accomplished. I started this YouTube channel 1 year ago to document each and every challenge. And today I am very excited to share all about my final 30-day challenge, TikTok. So why TikTok? Well, honestly, TikTok has been on my radar for years, but I avoided it kind of on purpose. I didn't want to get sucked into the distracting app. Plus, short form, quick content was just not a strength of mine. That said, I did gain a ton of short-term content experience all the way back in January last year when I made 120 YouTube shorts in just 30 days. I figured I could leverage that experience plus research to give myself a shot to have at least one viral video. Getting monetized wasn't necessarily the goal, as that looks to be extremely difficult. The requirement for that looks like it's 10,000 followers and 100,000 views in the last 30 days. Instead, my goal was to start a new profile focused on promoting my 4 personal finance books, especially my new one, Ready, Money, Mindset, Go, which was the result of my September challenge, by the way. I thought that one viral video mentioning the book would accomplish just that and help me sell more copies. Now, in my research, I quickly learned that hashtag BookTok is a big deal for book sales. In fact, many bookstores and book sections in big box stores feature a stand-up as seen on BookTok books that have gone viral on the platform. I did recognize, though, one key problem. Those books all went viral because of BookTok readers who review and recommend books. It's users with huge followers that react to books, give audible or even silent reviews, share their book haul, rank their favorite books of the month or year or all time, share quotes, and so on. Now, of course, that made me wonder if anyone had ever mentioned any of my books, so I quickly created my account at Frankie_Calkins_author. Go follow, please. I searched my name in books and nothing. No surprise. I am a nobody indie author, and let's be honest, personal finance isn't a sexy topic. It's definitely not romance, mystery, or fantasy. Now, those are the categories that go viral. So it was up to me. It was up to me, the author, to make this new account and try to post compelling content about my book and book topic, which is money mindset. To get a boost in book sales, I could only hope that I would have at least one post go viral, whatever that means. I decided to make roughly 3 videos a day because 4 just sounded like too many, especially with a brand new baby. But I know consistency is key. After way too much research on how to sell books as an author on TikTok, I got to work. I made a brainstorm list of all the video content I wanted to make, mostly create my version of popular posts that I saw, plus ideas from research. And here's a look at that list now. Feel free to pause and browse. There's definitely some good stuff in there, especially for TikTok authors. Spoiler, this turned out to be a case of great planning, but bad execution. However, it wasn't all bad. Let's talk about my videos and how the month actually went. For my first video, I posted myself reacting to seeing my new book hit #1 bestseller using trending music. Crickets. Then I went to my planning list and I picked out one to rank all 4 of my books. And obviously I chose my new book as #1. That actually had over 500 views pretty quickly, so that was mildly encouraging. Next, I posted one of my most popular YouTube shorts and it hit 800 views within an hour, which was very encouraging. But it didn't mention any of my books. It was a story about learning a tough money lesson as a kid via the very great video game, The Sims. Fun video, but off topic. I knew that I needed to post about my book, so I took a minute from my book trailer and I posted it, and once again, over 800 views. Very solid. But a problem arose. My wife and I decided that we needed to get out of the house for a few days and take a staycation at a nearby cabin. It was going to be very difficult to make new content since my book ranking video actually took me a solid hour from start to finish. Plus, new baby in a new place. But I came up with a plan. Before leaving, I decided to find and organize all my YouTube shorts from last January and post the best ones on TikTok to save me a ton of time and effort. This was a great idea in theory. Why reinvent the wheel when I simply don't have the time? So for the next few days, I reposted YouTube shorts and prioritized ones that actually did mention my books. I sprinkled in a few new ones here and there, of course. Now, in week 2, I found myself posting 1 original a day and 2 YouTube shorts. But all this reposting of old content Well, I actually think it might have gotten me in trouble with the algorithm. The content was unfocused. It was drifting to be about all sorts of personal finance topics, and many were different in tone and style. For this reason, I think I hit that dreaded 250 view jail, as I've heard it referred to by many. No matter what I posted for the next 2 weeks, I was maxing out at maybe 300 views. So mid-month, I was pretty discouraged. My 40 or so videos were about 60% old content, and it was frustrating to make new content, spend an hour on it, and still hit the same 250 view cap. Even more frustrating, a few of my videos actually got flagged by TikTok, and I'm not really sure why, honestly. Perhaps they fell under the category of unoriginal, and TikTok somehow knew that these were YouTube Shorts reposted. I also heard that talking about money can actually be a little bit tricky because they are sensitive to spam and get rich quick schemes, which obviously that's not me. Luckily, I was able to contest one successfully, and that didn't happen again. I did make one observation though in week 3. My passive income videos were definitely driving more engagement, especially likes. I went from 0 to maybe 10 likes on a post to 20 to 30 likes on every post about passive income. So I made the decision to move away from book content and money mindset videos and lean instead into passive income content exclusively for the rest of the month. Now, at this point, I stopped making original content, but I tried to give my old videos fresh edits like headlines and trending music. I also spent more time adding relevant passive income hashtags, a variety of popular and less popular ones, and more time on thumbnails and captions. I found that posting in the evening was doing well, so that's when I started posting. Right about now, you're probably thinking I didn't reach my goal of having one viral video and selling a bajillion books. And if you think that, well, you'd be right, of course. It is hard to see if I saw a lift in book sales at all, and definitely no viral video. However, things did improve. In the final 10 days, I was consistently getting 20 to 30 likes per video. I was finally getting comments. However, I will say half of those were crypto spammers, and I was gaining around 3 followers with every new post. Now, beyond my goal to have a viral video, I did also set attainable goals at the beginning of the month, which was to reach 100 followers and 1,000 likes by the end of the month. Now, I am happy to report at the end of 30 days, I ended up with 126 followers and 955 likes, which is pretty darn close to those goals. Not to mention, several of my followers are actually celebrities. Sorry, check that. Fake celebrity profiles. That's what I meant to say. It never gets old though, seeing famous names pop up. You always think just maybe Danny DeVito or Ryan Pineda or Ali Abdaal really did actually follow me. And no, they didn't. Now, looking back at my original video ideas, there were some great ones in there, and I definitely regret not staying focused on those. I didn't let the algorithm help me find the right audience over time. I got impatient with the poor results. I failed to make 2/3 of my video ideas, and that really is a bummer. But this kicks off the final section of today's video, which is 10 things I wish I would have done different on TikTok. Now, if you're new to TikTok or thinking about starting, this is the helpful part. Number 1, make fewer videos. Trying to make 3 a day made it very difficult to want to make original content, and I knew I didn't have the hours in the days to commit to this project, so I should have pivoted to 2 or even 1 in the beginning of the month. Number 2, I should have stayed focused on my author brand and new books, aka my original list of ideas that I just mentioned. Number 3, I wish I didn't drift to different topics in general. I think it's okay that I posted content from YouTube, but I should have only posted topics that were book related and high performing. Number 4, I wonder what would have happened if I focused only on getting a book talker to review my book. I could have offered free copies and such, but I was worried that most were gonna charge me a fee, and I honestly didn't really know where to start. But I do have that what if about that idea. Number 5, I should have used fewer hashtags, I think, in general. I remember a tip to only use 2 or 3 max, but I was loading up my description with up to 10 hashtags pretty often. Number 6, I should have followed people in my target audience. I noticed that following some people actually did lead to a follow back organically, so I should have taken the time to follow people that seem to like finance and book videos. Number 7, similarly, I should have only liked and viewed TikTok videos in my own personal feed that were related to the topic of money mindset and book talk. I often got distracted and found myself looking at random videos for, let's say, 30-minute sessions and liking things about sports and desk setups and vacations and so on. Now, this is how to not train the algorithm. Number 8, I assume comments are more valuable as an engagement tool, so I wish I would have thought about content that drives comments, perhaps controversial statements or just ridiculous stories. Number 9, I'm not sure putting author in my username was the right move. Perhaps Frankie Money Mindset or something related to the topic of my book would have been better. And finally, number 10, this is a weird tip, but might have worked. I heard once to make my profile private to my friends and family. My first 24 or so followers were, of course, friends and family who all have different interests. Ideally, you only want followers that like and enjoy your topics. I'm not sure if that is true, but it kind of makes sense. So there you have it, the full story of my thought process with results, plus 10 things I think I did wrong. And I didn't mean to be so hard on myself, but it definitely was a learning process and a struggle to push through and complete my goal when the results just weren't there. That said, I did it all year long with each and every challenge, and I'm nothing if not committed and persistent. And I'm gonna have a lot more thoughts on my 12-month recap video next, but I do wanna say that I'm incredibly proud of myself for following through on such a difficult project resolution goal for the year. Thank you to anyone who watched one of my previous videos, left a like, or sent some positivity in the comments. You all definitely kept me going. I hope you achieved all of your resolutions. I hope you do in 2024 as well, or at least one big one. Let me know if you have a big project that you're tackling in the new year. Otherwise, check out another video if you have some more time to hang. Here's one that YouTube thinks you're gonna like. And here's my personal favorite 30-day challenge from this year. It is my challenge to make money from stock photography as a total amateur. I'll see you on the next one where I'm gonna recap the full year and full results, including all the income I actually did make. Subscribe to be in the know about that. Thank you for watching and Happy New Year.